Hi, Pastor Josh, Willow Creek Bible Church. Revelation chapter 6, verses 5 and 6 is the third horseman of the apocalypse. When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come and see." So I looked, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine." This is about the socioeconomic overlay of what the Great Tribulation will be like. A denarius, during the time that this was written, was a full day's wages. So a quart of wheat, that's not much for a full day's wages. It would be barely enough to scrape by. This talks of famine. It talks of loss of crops, possibly. Why not the oil and the wine? Those are used in the sacrifices at the temple. And God is allowing his people, the Jews who are in Jerusalem, to keep up the sacrifices. And so the oil and the wine are not harmed, but everything else is in scarcity. The world thinks if we can solve hunger right now for all people, then it'll solve it for all time. The problem is if we don't deal with the hearts of mankind and change the hearts of mankind to not be selfish, not be greedy, then we're going to have to deal with it over and over and over again because someone will always take more than their fair share. That's just human nature. And with this society falling apart during the Great Tribulation, it's going to be bad for everyone who's there. This is something we have to remember. The Great Tribulation is the worst of all of life for 7 years.